Wondering what to do with that pumpkin right before Halloween or after Halloween, into the fall, into the winter. This works with any kind of squash, but of course the big pumpkin works really well. I did a pumpkin video before, pumpkin torta, what we're going to make today, but I want to show you one more time. This is going to be a better video and show you a great way. This is a great dish, side dish, a main dish if you're vegetarian or not. So we got this big one here. What you're going to do first is the serrated knife. I think that works the best. You can use a sharp knife. You want to do the saw action. Nothing like the movie, of course. Start sawing it. You can use a tip. Get in there. It's tough, huh? Just muscle your way in all around, just like you're carving the pumpkin. Other side. Get in there. Watch the stem. Definitely muscle your way into that. Other side. Now, if you've already carved your pumpkin, here's something you can do. You can take the carved pumpkin and actually use that too. We're going to split it up. Yeah. Then we're going to get ready to roast half of this in the oven. If you want to do a full amount, you can, but this is a big pumpkin. It depends on the size that you have. If you have a medium-sized pumpkin, you can use the whole thing. This is a huge one, so we might use part of it for a pumpkin pie. The rest we're going to roast off and have this pumpkin torta. So, got my oven preheated to 350. It's going to take this large-sized pumpkin at least about 45 minutes to roast and get fork tender soft. That's all we need. I'm going to take the seeds out first, and we can roast the seeds separate and have a little snack with that. This thing's so big, you know what? I got 2 pans for this one. 1 and 2. I'm not going to worry about taking the seeds out right now. I'm going to take them out later. Get ready to put them in the oven. First, we're going to get the beginning part with our basic seeds out. Now, you can scoop the seeds out ahead of time. I just left them till afterwards. Nice and soft. Of course, the pumpkin's going to be all steaming hot. Some juice is going to be coming out there. And you can see the caramelization on the outside of it. It smells great. Alright, so that's all scooped out. Next, we're going to get ready to scoop out the middle part, the meat. So there's our meat coming right out, hot, steaming. Somebody says the smell of pumpkin is actually, cooked pumpkin is kind of an aphrodisiac, so turns some people on. Take all the scoop out as much as you can. Of course, we're going to get rid of the skin. Don't burn your hands. So we're going to keep going on that, nice and soft. Get all that scooped out. A lot of good vitamins in pumpkins too. Not just for an ornament, but also good eating. Alright, we got the good meat that's in the bowl. Just mash that up a bit with a spoon while it's hot. It's going to be a little easier now than later, so you can use a potato masher if you want, but just, you know, light chunks. This doesn't have to be super smooth. That's not what we're going for. We just want to break up some of the larger pieces there as we're mixing that all up. There we go. Of course, we got the leftover stuff here. You can pitch that as far as the pumpkin skin. You don't want any skin in there. Make sure all the skin is out. There's our pumpkin meat ready to go. Alright, we got a couple items we're going to add to flavor this. We got fresh herb first, which is thyme. Nice fresh thyme. What I'm doing is taking off the leaves right off the stem. You can pull them one way or the other, or you can go backwards the other way. This way, when you go backwards, this gets those leaves off the stem. You're going to need about definitely a 1/4 tablespoon of chopped up fresh thyme. So we're taking all those little leaves off the stems. Sometimes you can't get them all off. Just try to go backwards a little bit. Best to use the fresh stuff. You can get this in any supermarket now. They always have fresh herbs for sale. Thyme's one of them. This thing, thyme goes with everything, with meat, vegetables, you name it. So we're getting all on us fresh thyme leaves there, and separate those out. Next, when you get them off the stem, you're going to chop them up. Alright, let's chop up those thyme leaves. Nice rough chop. Not too crazy on it. Definitely want to cut up the stems. If there are any stems left, you want to make sure you get all those stems out of there, out of your thyme, at least chopped up there. So there's our nice thyme. Put that away. Will do for this. And also you're going to break them up a little bit after you've cut them. Cut both ends of the onion off so that it's going to break up very easily for that. Take that last piece there. So we have make sure you break that all up. Those are nice, basically our julienne of onion, ready to go. We're going to caramelize that a little bit, give us some savory flavor on this. Let's get ready for our ginger. Here's ginger. We're going to use the back of a spoon to get all that skin off. Sometimes you get the knobs there. They can be a little pesky. Keep going on your ginger. Other side. Now in ginger you're going to need basically about half a tablespoon again of ginger on like a medium-sized pumpkin. If it's a big pumpkin, you do like a whole. But we're talking about going to be like a 10-inch round torta. So when we're talking about a medium-sized pumpkin, at least a half tablespoon of ginger will do. I'm just going to do the straight chopping method. I do slices. You can also grate the ginger if you'd like. I'm doing my slices, and then of course I'm going to chop that up. But if you'd like to use the grate ginger, you can. And also people like to do is take a grater and put plastic wrap on it, and that's easy to grate it that way so that it breaks up and you don't get all the fibers in it. Serrano chilies. A little bit of heat, not too hot, but some heat. We're going to cut them nice and thin. Make sure you can cut those nice and thin. You can leave the seeds in, it's fine, but they've got to be cut nice and thin so that they will cook evenly with our pumpkin torta. So I'm using, of course, but it's also really good. It doesn't stick very easily, so I like it better than Teflon. We're going to spray this baby. Spray it up. So we don't want it to stick, so we got non-stick spray there. I've got the old vegetable oil spray. It's going to work. We really need this because we've got to take this out of the pan. Next we're going to put our onions. So get our onions, let those cook for a couple minutes, about 2 minutes on the pan first. Alright, so our onions are cooking a little bit, have been cooking about 2 minutes. I've got a medium heat. Next, there goes our pumpkin. Pumpkin goes in, spread it all around. Now leave your onions on the bottom layer. Leave the onions on the bottom layer. Pumpkin on top. Press it all in. Okay, you want that caramelization of the onions on the bottom. Press all your pumpkin in. Depends on the size of the pan that you have. This is like maybe like a 11 or 12 inch size pan. And next we're going to get ready to season this. Alrighty, now I'm going to put some nice kosher salt in here. Kosher salt, about 3 teaspoons worth of kosher salt. I like to use that better. Got a medium heat going. Next, we've got our ginger. So there's your chopped ginger. Also, your serrano chilies. Put all those in. Serrano chilies, of course, going to give it a little bit of heat. We got that pungency from our ginger. And then, of course, you can't forget the thyme. The nice chopped thyme is in there. Now, we really don't need pepper because we've got our serrano chilies. If you're a pepper hound and you want more heat, then you add more serranos. Or you can get a hotter chili. Here we go. Break all that ginger and thyme and also your serrano chilies in. Cut them into your pumpkin. Cut those all in. Nice. Now torta is like a big pie, basically. That's what torta means. So that's what we're trying to make, is a big kind of a flat pumpkin savory torta pie out of this. Like I said, this is a great side dish, or it could even be a main course. You could use this, make all this for all winter long, Halloween, also the fall. So way to use up pumpkins. Everybody just looks at them, but you can eat them. They're a great squash. There's many squashes and gourds out there. It's one squash that you can definitely eat. So press in our edges now. Leave my medium heat going. Now press that all down. There we go. Okay. Then you want to force down and go all the way over. Okay. And voila, there we go. We have the pumpkin torta. So what's great is that we will shore it up a little bit on the edges. Okay. And let it sit for like a minute or so. And what you can do is cut wedges out of this. It's awesome. So this is a great dish for the fall. This is a great side for Thanksgiving. Also Halloween night, you name it. Pumpkin torta, way to use up that pumpkin. And shape it up. Cut your wedges and you're good to go.